Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we want to bring you an update on the story we actually shared with you earlier this morning about a house fire in New Bern. Now, New Bern officials say fire crews were called to the house. It was on fire in the 300 block of Rennie's Creek Drive at around 5:30 a.m. this morning. Officials say everyone made it out of the home safely, but one dog was injured and another dog is currently missing. Now the home is a total loss, but no other houses nearby were impacted by the fire, and the fire itself is still under investigation. Now we also want to again highlight the ongoing government shutdown that today entered its 5th week. NBC's Hallie Jackson has more from Washington.
At airports coast to coast this morning, travelers bracing for delays after ground stops at LAX and Newark Sunday stalled passengers nationwide. Delays that may be shutdown related, with air traffic controllers set to miss their first full paycheck this week.
They're completely distracted from their duties and responsibilities of keeping the American flying public safe.
The Transportation Secretary says nearly half of delays and cancellations could be blamed on the shutdown, warning of more to come.
You're going to see more staffing shortages in towers, which means you're going to see more delays, more cancellations. Enough is enough.
A critical week as this shutdown stretches on, from flights to food banks, many filling with federal workers.
I used to be a grants administrator and administer grants across the federal government, giving assistance, and now I'm in line requesting assistance.
And organizers preparing for an influx since federal SNAP benefits will dry up starting Saturday, according to the Department of Agriculture, putting nearly 42 million food aid recipients at risk. Millions of federal workers and troops either furloughed or working without pay. And new pressure this morning from the country's biggest union representing federal workers, pushing for a short-term agreement, which Democrats have so far resisted, to reopen the government. In a statement writing, both political parties have made their point, and still there is no clear end in sight.
The Democrats are holding it up.
Democrats see a possible pinch point Saturday when open enrollment begins on the Affordable Care Act marketplaces. They want Republicans to keep a health care tax credit from expiring. Otherwise, some could see premiums double.
Americans are going to see their health care costs spike dramatically.
And again, that was Hallie Jackson reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. We've got several areas of low pressure that are going to be delivering plenty of rain to eastern North Carolina over the next few days. Today is the first of the 4 in which we're looking at fairly soggy conditions. Here's a view of the Carolinas, and you can see the western half of our state along with pretty much the entirety of South Carolina stuck under some moderate to light showers. Those moderate to light showers will be moving over eastern North Carolina coming up later on this evening. We have seen again some rain across eastern North Carolina so far today, but there you can kind of see that wall back towards Sampson, Pender, Duplin County slowly working its way out towards the northeast. It will again soak everyone over tonight and into tomorrow, but rainfall totals not all that impressive considering just how long we're going to be spent actually collecting raindrops. A lot of really light showers coming down. We're anticipating about an inch of rain for the entirety of today and then another inch possible for the entirety of tomorrow. Now that's enough for our ground to handle, so flooding is not a concern at this point. Cloud cover, though, certainly keeping our air temperatures cool. 64 degrees in New Bern along the Neuse River. Comes with an east-northeasterly breeze at 16 miles an hour. Temperatures across the board, most of us in the low to mid-60s. We are still looking at 57 degrees in Roanoke Rapids, closer to the Virginia line, but winds out of the northeast, still breezy, still blustery, and still bringing in that cooler air. Right now, strongest breeze across Elizabeth City, currently coming in at 21 miles an hour sustained. Winds may be picking up speed a little bit more overnight tonight into tomorrow morning as that area of low pressure gets closer to the east. As it does so, again, our pressure gradient force will increase, and that will then accelerate our winds throughout the region. Anticipating more of a 15 to 25 mile an hour sustained breeze for your Tuesday, and that is going to keep the coastal flood advisories and warnings in effect all the way through tomorrow and into Wednesday morning. Wednesday, we should start to see those wind speeds calm down a little bit. But again, here's kind of a big picture look at what's going on across the southeastern United States. Got that area of low pressure that's going to help keep that wind and rain in the forecast for your Tuesday. But further back towards the west, you see yet again another system developing. That will be the system that brings in the additional rain late Wednesday evening, more so the rain showers that we'll experience through Thursday. The good news is this is going to be a fairly quick moving system. It's going to get shoved out into the Atlantic by the time we reach Halloween. So fantastic news there. What's not fantastic is this look right now of Hurricane Melissa. Look at how symmetrical that system is. The more symmetrical a hurricane is, the more efficient it is and the stronger it can be. And right now, this is a Category 5 hurricane with dropping air pressure. Right now has maximum sustained winds of 165 miles an hour, gusts up to 200 miles an hour, and pressure at 908 millibars. It's expected to make a full Category 5 landfall across the southern coast of Jamaica tomorrow morning at around 8 to 10 a.m. From there, it moves over Jamaica and then impacts the area, kind of the southeastern tip of Cuba, as either a Category 3 or a Category 2 hurricane. From there, passes over the Turks and Caicos Island chain and then heads towards Bermuda, which will keep the center of Melissa about 600 to 700 miles off of our coast. Now, the longer it takes Melissa to get from Cuba to Bermuda, the more beach erosion we could potentially see, because during that time period we could start to feel some of the wave energy given off by Melissa's winds. We're not going to be experiencing Melissa's winds, but again, that wave energy will be crashing along our coast, and that brings beach erosion into the equation. Right now, again, doesn't look like we're going to be seeing much, but if Melissa decides to slow down, that will become more of an issue as we head into your Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Mostly Thursday and Friday, though. Friday, biggest concern is likely going to be your overnight lows. 42 degrees means that trick-or-treaters are likely going to be experiencing the mid to low 50s by the time they're out collecting candy. And then from there, we will warm up over the weekend, going 62 degrees on Saturday, 67 on Sunday, with another slim chance of rain set for Monday as well. But at least it comes with air temperatures in the upper 60s. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. News and Weather Update. Do want to say good afternoon to Michael Heath, Sue Ann Gaskell, Woody, Darnett, Gardner as well. Thank you again all for joining me over on Facebook. Again, we'll be back with more updates, not only on your Halloween forecast and your upcoming weekend forecast, but more importantly, more updates on Hurricane Melissa, as that is going to be a devastating storm across the Caribbean, and again could potentially lead to some more beach erosion along our coast. Again, our concerns for us here in eastern North Carolina minimal compared to what they're going to be dealing with across the Caribbean, but certainly something I know we all should be keeping up with, as again we are all impacted by tropical weather in the Atlantic Basin. That's all we have time for today's, again, 1 p.m. News and Weather Update. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here at 2 o'clock.